Check for danger. There's no danger. Hello sir, are you okay? Check for response. There's no response. Sir, can you call for the ambulance? Call 995. Ma'am, can you get me an AED and return back to me? Check for pulse and look for rise and fall of the chest at the same time. Not more than 10 seconds. There's no pulse and no rise and fall of the chest. Commence CPR. Low one for the sternum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10. 2 and 3 and 4 and 50. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 20. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 25. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 30. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 50. 3 and 4 and 20. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 25. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 30. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. 1, 3 and 4 and 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 50. 3 and 4 and 20. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 25. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 30. After 30 chest compression and 2 ventilation for 5 cycles, we check for circulation and breathing. Check for pulse and look for rise and fall of the chest. No more than 10 seconds. If there's no pulse, no breathing, continue my CPR for another 5 cycles. Or if there's breathing and there's pulse, turn the victim to recovery position. I would only stop the CPR when the AED arrives. The AED is attached, the pads are attached, and it is analyzing. I will stop my CPR, or when there's provision of the defibrillation by the AED. Another situation where I will stop will be when the ambulance crew arrive and takes over the case from me. Thirdly, when there is return back to life or there is signs of life by the victim, then I will stop my CPR.
Let us recap one Rescuer CPR with ventilations for healthcare providers. In performance of your CPR, we will use the mnemonic DRS ABC, where D is to check for danger to you and the casualty. R is to assess for any response from the casualty. When there is no response from the casualty, the S is to shout for help. Get someone to call for the ambulance by calling 995 and to get an AED. Next is to assess for absence or presence of abnormal breathing by looking at the rise and fall of the chest, and check for the pulse if you are a rescuer who is a healthcare provider. If there is absence or there is abnormal breathing and absence of carotid pulse, perform continuous chest compression or CPR with 30 compressions and 2 ventilations. For the ventilations, use a barrier devices such as a face shield, pocket mask, or back valve mask device. In your performance of CPR, compress the chest to a depth of 4 to 6 centimeters and at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. Perform 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 ventilations before reassessment of the casualty. Ventilate the patients with 400 to 600 mL of air, either by mouth, with a barrier device, or a BVM. All you need are your 2 hands to save a life. Thank you and stay safe.